Welcome, welcome, welcome once again to Chiefs fans before we were cool.
Tears. Moment of silence. The undefeated season is over. There is no hope. There is no future. There's just loss to the Bills. The Bills are obviously now the superior team. We will never be able to recover from this. It was good while it lasted, Chiefs.
I think
It's
that's
good.
what we call being facetious. I hope so.
Wow. I hope it's what we call being facetious.
The
Yeah, no, we're all good vibes, good vibes, good
and,
times.
and while I get the score predictions wrong frequently, I have correctly predicted the results of every Chiefs game this season in this
Mm.
podcast.
Yeah, that's better than I have. So
So
for
I'm
sure.
gonna try not to predict any more losses. Uh, so no, is a game that was actually like the scoreboard didn't reflect, I think, you know, how close it was. An example, like if Xavier Worthy develops into better awareness, which seems to really be his weakness right now is sideline awareness.
Mm.
Uh, it changes the game in a lot of ways. But the last two seasons, we've lost to the Bills in the regular season. We won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Uh, so, you know, I'm not too bummed. Obviously, it'd be nice to continue to go undefeated, but like the only thing that matters is winning the Super Bowl. Uh,
Right.
and people on the internet forget that. They're like, oh, the Chiefs lost. And I was like, like Mahomes has more Super Bowl wins than your quarterback does. So,
Well, and it's just kind of weird sometimes. Like I was just like, I saw a post about somebody like a Chiefs fan made a little meme about how the missed call. I think it was on the 4th and 2 uh, of
yeah,
the pick play, and how everybody wants to talk about the refs except for that play. Nobody says anything. That's just all about how great Josh Allen is.
yeah,
And like, there's a point there. But then the other people were like, "Oh, Chiefs fan complain about the refs. What a joke!" And you're just like, "No, like it really is true that it's not the hard data does not support that narrative.
yeah,
It's just it's perceiver's bias. But it's okay. Like, we lost and we could take the L. Buffalo's a good team. They played really well. Josh Allen was amazing. I actually liked the game. Like I thought it was a fun game. And I think I was kind of like it's one of those games where I'm like, if we lose, we lose.
yeah,
I don't feel it as much as like when we lose games we should definitely win. Like those are frustrating, but like good job, Bills.
yeah. It's kind of funny
Yeah, yeah,
because
Allen.
I feel like the last year, especially, it's like, so this is what Patriots fans felt like, right? Like,
Mhm,
I was at my church at the last part of the game, and
mhm.
we are at youth group, and when I got youth group present, all the middle schoolers were like, "Oh, the Chiefs lost!" Like all celebrating. I was like, "Oh yeah, we're the new Patriots, aren't we?" Uh, so it
Yeah, I
is
had
a
a
good
had a
thing,
few students. They were
like
kind of nice to me, but
yeah. Well, Cowboys fans are hurting right now, so they're not trying to hurt others, which is nice because usually hurt people, but they're being nice.
yeah.
Um, but like I guess it's nice to be hated because you're good and not be hated because you're like a Raiders fan, right? Like that's, you know, it's nice.
It's good. Good.
Yeah,
Yeah. The Raiders are the worst. Let's just talk
yeah,
about other fan base. I mean, the Bengals lost, man.
yeah,
Like, oof, they have a hard road to the
yeah.
playoffs at this point. So,
Mhm. And
um,
not trying to throw any shade here, but it's good news for Bengals is that they can't lose this week, because it's bye week. So, but yeah, they've got a. I was actually trying to see what the percent chance of them making the playoff is, but all I
mhm.
can find is the betting line when you look up odds of
Oh,
Bengals
really?
making the playoff. I didn't try super hard to be honest. I like tried for like 5 minutes. But the thing is too is
13%.
13%. That's worse than my odds in fantasy where I'm at 32%. So, um, what's crazy is this, well, as we're recording this, the Steelers are playing the Browns, and this is the Steelers' second division game of the season. So the Steelers have a very heavy divisional second half of the season. Like they have to play the Bengals twice still, and the Ravens and the Browns one more time. Um, so it's I think we have of the teams that are contending for the one seed, we have probably the easiest schedule remaining.
Yeah,
Although the Chargers can always surprise you, the Broncos are
yeah,
tough, but then we got
yeah,
the Steelers and the Texans. So
yeah. I mean, I look. I think there's games we could drop. I think we got a good shot at the one seed though, and
yeah,
so let's keep playing. I mean, we've seen the Bills and the Ravens lose games they shouldn't, particularly the Ravens so far. So, like, good teams lose some. Like,
yeah,
it's hard to like. Very rarely are you going to have a 16 and one team or
yeah.
so. I think we lose one more game, depending on who it to, maybe NFC or something. That'd be I don't know how many NFC games we have left, but like the just like we're in good shape. Like we're
We
in good
might.
shape. So
Oh, the Texans. We have two NFC games left, I believe.
okay.
Texans
The
are
Texans
NFC,
are
right?
AFC.
Oh, AFC. I think the only NFC team we have left is the Panthers, and we better not lose that game.
Okay, let's beat the Panthers. Little kitty
I might be
cats.
forgetting one, but
No.
yeah.
I liked watching um the video preview and just how they're like the worst against the run and against the pass. They're like 30 plus in both.
But I'll tell you what, they're really good against the aggressive punts. So,
Yeah,
no one scored a touchdown on a punt against them as the receiving team this season.
there you go.
So,
Their running game's been pretty good, but I mean that's our strength. So
yeah,
good luck, Bryce Young. I don't know.
yep. I
Obviously, yeah.
something stood out to me this week that I wanted to talk briefly about. Um, I think it's a bigger issue than complaining about the refs that the football
Mhm.
fan base needs to get by, and that's using AI to create like art before games of like teams destroying other teams. I don't know if you've seen any of this on social media, but it'll be like beat the Chiefs week. It'll be like an actual Buffalo like stampeding the Chiefs player, but you can always tell it's AI art by like random weird things like why is the face mask on the backside of the helmet or why does that person's hands have six fingers on it? Things like that, where it's just like it doesn't look like you can tell it's AI art just by looking at it. And it's like, man, we need to, we need to
Hey,
move past
Joel, you
AI
need to
art.
stop clicking on those links. That's what needs to happen.
That's true.
Yeah, just don't do it. Don't give them money.
That's
Just,
true.
but yeah, no, I'm with you. I think yeah, well, the Panthers is a good bounce back game. I'm curious if Pacheco will play. If Pacheco plays, do I put him in my fantasy lineup? I have one league where like that would be a possibility. Um, I don't think he's probably gonna play. He's limited Wednesday and today, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
It
But
obviously I'm not Andy Reid. I probably wouldn't play him for this game,
no, I
but if you
wouldn't.
play him, it's probably gonna be, very limited snaps.
Correct.
Like,
Yeah,
so
be
I would
touches.
honestly, obviously you can't keep running Hunt like you have been, but at the same time, like I'd try to keep him fresh for
Yeah,
the playoffs. So,
yeah,
uh,
true story.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, we'll see. See how that goes. We might. Oh, I think actually it's going to be a bigger deal than Pacheco. All due respect to Pacheco, is we're nearing the return of our defensive end. Um, so my word. Uh, so we have a couple of injuries coming in. So
And
So we
what?
got Pacheco. Yeah, Menahu.
Minute.
Menahu. I'm
Yeah.
so yeah, of course. Menahu is they're still limited, but I think we really do need some more pressure up front. Like we're just not getting home with the quarterback. We have good pressure rate, like especially with Chris Jones and stuff, but
Yeah.
we need to get some more sacks and pressure if we're going to be
Yeah.
able to hang with the best teams like the
But
Bills.
honestly, like them coming back, obviously we're still hopeful about Hollywood Brown in playoffs, but it's like we could be peaking at the right time again.
Yeah,
Um, Obviously he didn't have a huge impact on the game, but it was nice to see Juju Smith-Schuster just on the field again.
yeah,
Um, you know, some good things.
dude. Hollywood Brown is going to be like have such fresh legs.
Yeah.
He's like, because again, his injury is not really related. It's not like Pacheco with a broken leg, it's not related to
Hmm.
those muscles in the same way. So
Yeah. Yeah.
ACL for Menahu. So
Hmm.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. He's gonna be smoking some defenses. Figuratively, of course, because literally would be unkind and probably
Well,
illegal.
you probably should make an AI image of that.
You're right.
Menahu with a big old cigar, like right in front of their defense, with his six fingers.
With his six figures and his helmet, the face mask going straight up off the top of the helmet. Oh
Now I
man.
really want the AI image.
Yeah.
I'll even click on the link for it.
Yeah.
Do you hear me? Advertisers in my ear, in my
They
microphone.
certainly hear you.
Send them my way,
Hit send.
along with an image of Mahomes going.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. That could be
Yeah.
like your pump up thing that pops up under your like computer screen when you have to lock in. You're like getting distracted, and then suddenly it just goes boom. Mahomes.
Just Mahomes in your face.
Did I tell you that a student identified it this
Oh,
week?
no, you didn't.
Yeah, I had a student identify it. I said I started doing it, and I was like, "Do you all know what I do? Why I do this?" And it was actually a girl, and she identified that. She's like, "Oh, that's the thing that Mahomes does all the time." And I was like, "Oh,
Instant A.
instant A, definitely an A student, because you recognize that. So
Yeah.
love it there." So anyway, I just wanted to mention that I finally had a student recognize the signal.
It's nice
I
that they're
don't know if that
finally
means that
recognizing
person's a
what
Chiefs
greatness
fan. Oh,
is.
actually, I think they're not a Chiefs fan. I think they talk about how the Chiefs win all the time and they don't want them to win. But she knew
Do you
the
know what's the
signal.
funniest to me though? Is the people who are like too nice for their own good when they're like, it's just not fair that the Chiefs keep winning. They need to share.
That's not how competition works.
Yeah, it's like that's really sweet that you think that's what needs to happen, but
Oh,
like,
well, I think, I mean, camp and stuff, you want that. Like for people just recreational, you want that.
yeah,
But professional sports,
yeah,
like what, and I think level, yeah, it's okay to want somebody else to win. Like I don't know. I think that's a good question. Like, who would you want to win other than the Chiefs? Like, if the Chiefs are knocked out of the AFC, who do you want in the Super Bowl? And or who do you want to face in the Super Bowl?
that's a good question. Well, I wouldn't want to lose to anybody in the Super Bowl,
Okay,
but
fair.
if there was like, I mean, honestly, like if it had been last year, like Lions and Ravens, like yeah, if the Chiefs don't go and the Lions are in the Super Bowl, that would be awesome for the Lions to win.
Yeah,
That'd be a team I could root for. Um,
yeah,
Honestly, I have a lot of respect for the Bills and the Bills fan base. I think one of the
yeah.
things I like about them is that they don't talk a lot of trash before the games like some teams do that will remain nameless. I just think that they've always been pretty respectful in their wins or their losses.
Yeah,
And so it's like hard not to like Josh Allen when he's not playing against you.
yeah.
Um,
He seems like a nice guy,
so yeah,
and he plays hard. And the fan bases, I think, are like kind of intense, but like it's pretty awesome.
yeah. I'll tell you what, last year, if it hadn't been us, and it would have been really funny to see Joe Flacco win the Super Bowl with the Browns. that would have been ridiculous. Just seeing him win games for the Browns was so weird. So,
Yeah.
but anyway,
Now it's
what were
Jameis
your
Winston.
thoughts? Yeah.
Currently, I mean, they were ahead last I checked. Um, actually, that was actually a Brother Wonders question, and I
Okay.
agree. Bills Lions would be my preferred
Mm.
non-Chiefs Super Bowl. So,
You like it when
um,
animals fight.
do you have any specific concerns after watching the Bills game?
Um, I don't know if it's any different than normal. Like I think one of the things is like the nice thing about trying deep shots is like it's nice to open that up, but obviously like when we didn't hit that big shot to Worthy, then suddenly you're second and 10, and we're usually pretty good at getting just small chunks of positive yardage.
Mhm.
So I just think like he needs to, I don't know, I guess I was gonna say you feel like knowing where the out of bounds is shouldn't be a hard skill, but I forgot. In college, they only need 1 foot down, so there is an adjustment to that.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know that anything stands out to me as being like super different. Obviously, our offense is still struggling.
Mhm.
But I'm not super worried considering our offense really like sucked last year until the
Right.
playoffs.
It seems
Uh,
like it can get better, whereas last
yeah,
year it couldn't really, except for Rasheed Rice. Like we have more men, like DeAndre Hopkins,
yeah.
Juju can do some stuff. Maybe
It like
Hollywood Brown
the
comes in.
exterior part of the line worries me. I just think like it's weird to me that they don't really do a lot of chip blocking on routes and stuff
Yeah,
for the Chiefs. But yeah,
play it out, play it out. So
what
yeah,
about
we'll
you?
see. We'll see how it goes. I think I would have liked him to run more against the Bills. That's one of their big
Yeah,
weaknesses. But I'm not Andy Reid, and like you said, sometimes you have to pass in order to run. You know.
mm, well said.
So, and then will either of you ever buy your own house to wager for your bets?
Well, if I buy a house, I'm not going to wager on a bet. That's not
That would
very
be
that's
ridiculous.
not very smart. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, his dad's a statistician.
yeah,
Statistician.
yeah, and I think he said, when we had him on here, that wagering your house is not a good thing to do. So we'll just continue wagering yours because it's more fun and
How
smarter
many?
for
We'll
us.
see how many times we can lose your house.
Yeah, y'all gonna make me lose my house.
Yeah. Good
So what
times. Good
did we
times.
wager his house on last week? I don't even remember.
Oh, I think it was the game against the
Okay,
Bills.
okay, so that's
I
oof.
think it's two times. Like maybe that's the common denominator. It's like it's not your predictions, it's whether you wagered the house or not.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
So if I like bet Chris's house we're gonna lose the Super Bowl, then that means we're gonna win the Super Bowl. Because then,
Yeah.
okay,
Actually, you know what? We should do that.
I
What
bet
about the
Chris's
Panthers?
house we're gonna lose to the
I bet we're gonna
Panthers.
lose to the Panthers.
Uh,
Chris's I love it. I love it. Yeah. So, looking forward to the Panthers game. I don't really have a lot to say about it. Um, we're gonna have good times. Good times,
yeah,
good vibes.
good vibes. I would
Yeah.
love to be a game similar to what we did to Chicago last year.
Yep.
Just like
Yep.
a get on track game, kind of. That'd be
I
fun.
mean, they have the worst defense and run defense and the worst pass defense, basically. So take your pick.
Yeah,
Love to see Mahomes throw a lot. That's kind of what I would like. I think
yeah,
running is fine, but I don't want to wear out Kareem Hunt any more than he's already kind of worn out.
yeah.
So pass away.
Pass away. Let's
We got to
see
get those downfield stuff
Xavier
down.
Worthy hit like actually no, I was gonna say Xavier Worthy hit like 200 yards, but I could really use it in fantasy this week. So let's see Hopkins get 200 yards.
Hopkins. I like D Hop this week. Let's
Yeah.
go. He figured out he didn't play quite as many snaps with Juju this past week. Like they kind of split a little bit.
Mm,
Um, so we'll see how that trend
yeah.
continues or doesn't. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Good times, good
Good
vibes.
times.
love it. But yeah,
Is this
um,
one of only like two or three like 1 o'clock games we have? Well, I guess it's noon for you, but like
dude,
what
I
a few morning games we have.
low key am so frustrated that all our games are at 3.
Yeah,
Like that is the worst time for my life and my little toddler
yeah,
because there's no nap time and there's no bedtime in there.
yeah.
No
And he
bueno.
doesn't like to sit perfectly still for 3 hours of football.
No, he
Whoa,
doesn't. Not
surprising.
even for the Chiefs.
Not even
Although
for the Chiefs.
he did like my jersey tonight.
Okay,
Yeah, he thinks the 8 is a B.
okay.
It was it's hard to convince toddlers of
And so
things
does
that
he
they
think
become
your shirt is
convinced.
like Battleship? He's like B7.
Yeah. Yep. B7.
Mm,
But yeah, kind of hard. But again, I've also tried to convince him that the Chiefs are like Winnie the Pooh. So
I like it.
yeah. So I guess having a
Which
B on
chief
my
is
shirt would make
Eeyore?
sense. What?
Which chief is Eeyore?
Oh, like no, it's just the color, the red and yellow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't like it there. But yeah,
I was
it's
gonna say,
pretty
obviously Travis is Tigger.
fun. D-I double gut that smells bigger.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. I told you about his why he likes to wear his scooter helmet, right?
Because it's like a football helmet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
that is fun.
It's pretty fun. Yeah. So
Hopefully,
we watch
like
a little football every once in a while.
you
It's
need
really
to
fun.
teach him like this for sign language, like for something.
Oh yeah, I need to get him doing the universal signal. Yeah.
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 It's like like when people are over and the toddler says something totally incoherent, but like the parents are like, oh, he means this. You're
Yeah,
like,
that's me now.
it's like he does this, and you just make up what it means. So he was like,
Lock in. Lock in.
that means he wants more milk, or like later he's like, oh, he needs a diaper change. You just like no matter you like it doesn't
Lock
mean
in,
anything,
daddy.
so he's
Lock
everything.
in,
Yeah,
daddy.
lock it.
Come on. Come on, daddy. Let's get focused. Focused. You know what you need to do. Get me the milk now. All right, Daddy. We're gonna get together and we're gonna get the snacks. We're gonna get the cookie. Give me the cookie. I feel
Uh,
like, yeah, with the Chiefs and the Panthers, hopefully it's a cakewalk and Patrick doesn't have to do that too much.
yeah.
Just have fun.
It'd be fun to have like a couple drives that are just like one or two plays. Just like,
Yeah, like a crazy Xavier Worthy touchdown,
yeah.
something. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
I,
I
you
hope
know,
we need to get that long game. I like what you're saying. We need to get our long game unlocked. And part of that's Patrick. Like I think his throw to Xavier Worthy could have been better.
yeah,
Uh, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. I think
yeah,
there's hope that they'll be able to figure things out. I think they're just trying to get back into stuff. I heard actually that he's not been great in the middle of the field, like really bad.
mm,
Which is kind of weird because with Rishi Rice, he was great. Obviously, he had the player for
yeah,
it, and it was incredible, especially at the beginning of the year. But hasn't been able to do well in the middle of the field recently, whether that's because Travis Kelce's not getting open or different things. So um, hopefully we can get that along.
mm,
And because we know it's not necessarily like he might be struggling, but there's a level to which if he's that low, like near the bottom in that area of quarterbacks, then there's some scheme issues or separation
yeah,
issues we need to get figured out. The Bills also played a lot of man, so hopefully that doesn't continue that we can't beat man. I think it's just harder for uh Kelsey and maybe even DeAndre Hopkins to play against that because they're kind of older. So hopefully there's not a template that
yeah,
other teams now know to use as far as how to play the Chiefs this year.
yeah. Well, and that I think that goes to show again, just like if Worthy can step up, like he's gonna be
Yeah.
harder to play man against, but also we need to stay committed to the run because Atlanta's worse against the run too, from what I understand.
Yeah.
That zone
Mhm.
defense is better against the run, so
Yeah,
because you
it's
have
true.
everyone facing, they're all looking towards the.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think it's just some of our players have a hard time beating man coverage, and if yeah, so hopefully we can get that locked
Yeah,
in.
get locked in, players. Come on.
Yeah,
It's the Panthers.
yeah.
Go Kitty Cats.
Hmm.
Oh.
And everyone knows that. Well, I guess the Chiefs mascot is Wolf, right? Wolves eat kitty cats for breakfast.
All right.
I don't
Now
like
you're
that.
gonna just give
Let's
everybody
just
weird little
rewind.
nightmares.
Let's just rewind. Wolves
Coyotes, wolves eat kitty cats.
in checkers. That's what I'm talking about for all you young fans. Is that Wolf
Check
beat them in
checkered wolves
checkers?
eat with kitty cats
Yeah, checkered wolves eat with kitty cats at the zoo
at the zoo. Of
on
course. Where else would
Thursdays.
they eat?
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
I
like a
like it.
Mad Lib gone wrong.
Kitty cats are wolves with checkers
Oh
at
man,
the zoo.
at the zoo.
Oh man. Well, we haven't talked about Harrison Butker out
Oh yeah.
for with the injury. That's kind of a big deal. It
Hmm.
might make us more aggressive. I'd like that just because I think we need to practice being more aggressive, even in games where we don't need to. Um, for when we do need to, right? When we're playing high octane offenses where we can't just afford to get a field goal. Mm. Or you know, when we're down at the end zone or things like that. So,
Yeah. They said
or
how
I
long
guess,
is he
or
supposed to be out for?
4 weeks. I don't think it's supposed to be like season ending or entering into the postseason. So, but he did go on IR. So hopefully he gets better and he's able to
Yeah.
carry us, kick some field goals. The guy who replaced him hit all his extra points, hit.
Hmm.
So like, so far so good, I guess. But
Yeah.
those.
So far, so good, as they say in the business.
Yeah. So Harrison Butker kicked a kitty cat
With
into a
checkers,
wolf, checkered wolf
I'm into a checkered
at the
wolf
zoo.
at the zoo.
That I mean, it's clearly
That
how you
sounds like
end games.
AI is writing our podcast now.
AI is now scripting us, just like the NFL is scripted.
Yeah.
Obviously, the NFL needed the Chiefs to lose to the Bills
Yeah.
so that the comeback would be more believable.
Yeah.
That people can assume that actually other teams could win, and
Yeah.
it's not just going to be the Chiefs again. But if Patrick
Jokes on them.
Mahomes and his little lock-in has anything to say about it, we're gonna get it. We're
Yeah.
gonna get back.
What people forget is that, if the NFL's rigged, that Taylor Swift probably owns the script writers, bought them.
Oh,
So,
it's good to think about.
yeah.
Yeah, get
Anyway.
your head in the game.
Hmm.
That's a totally different reference. Now we're mixing references and
Yeah.
metaphors and
And similes.
similes and Mad Libs.
The NFL is rigged is a metaphor. The NFL is like something that's rigged is a simile. We're an educational podcast now. Who knew?
Saying the NFL is rigged is like saying that the wolf, the kitty cat, sat down to eat checkers.
After being kicked by Harrison Butker at the zoo. Oh man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, on that note, I'll see you next week.
See you
Let's
next time.
hope hope Chris keeps his house this week.
Yeah, let's hope so. See ya.